My nose is running freely because that's what it does. So forgive me. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Yesterday I posted a video where I shared like some stuff that I picked up at Ulta. And so today I am going out and I wanted to put some of this stuff on my face. So this is basically going to be a full face of new to me makeup. Some of this stuff has been out for a little while, but you know, I just wanted to play with some new things. It has been a while since I picked up a bunch of new stuff, and I have a lot of things from Juvia's place, and I've got a couple of new foundations. Not sure which one I'm going to put on today, but the eyeshadow is an easy one. I'm wearing kind of a teal green sundress, and so I wanted to use the High Tide palette from ColourPop, and this is what she looks like. Super pretty. I think it'll go really nice with my dress today. And I've got my eyes primed already with the Juvia's Place eye primer that I've been enjoying. We're just gonna jump right in because it's kind of late in the day, so this will be strictly speaking a first impressions video because I don't really have time to do like a full day wear test of the foundation and stuff. But I will put an update in the description box about, you know, how much or how little or whatever I liked the foundation and the eyeshadow and so forth, because yeah, I'm not going to have time to do a full day wear test here, but this should be good enough for me to give you like kind of a first impressions. Anyway, so I'm gonna shut up and we're gonna get it going here. I'm opening up a couple of new brushes that I picked up yesterday. I think I'm gonna take the color New Wave, which is this one right here. Is that what I want to do? Maybe I should start out with something a little less dramatic. Maybe I'll start out with this one right here called Currents. It's this one right here. And I think I'll go ahead and put that in my upper crease with just sort of a fluffy brush, and we'll see how this goes. And then I'm definitely gonna make this, you know, deeper, more dramatic, more exciting, more in line with what I usually do. I'm not gonna do probably a ton of talking here, but we'll see. I'm not sure how chatty of a mood I'm in. So I always think the chatty get ready with me videos are always fun to watch, but then I get on here and I'm like all focused on the makeup and I forget to actually do the chatting part. My friend and I are going to meet at one of the local farmers markets, and I'm hoping to get some strawberries and some, you know, fresh veggies and things like that. And it's pretty early, you know, it's like, what is this, the third week of June, and so it's a little early for some things, but I should be able to get, you know, some strawberries and stuff, right? And I do love that. So I'm going to take this small brush from Morphe, and I've used these before on my channel. This is the 514, the M514, and I'm going to pick up, I think I'm going to do, actually let me take the other one that I got, which is the M456, and this is also a small brush, but it's a little more flat. I'm going to take the shade Lunar, so I'm going to take this darkest one, and I'm going to put this, should I zoom you in? I should probably zoom you in so that you can see what I'm doing. I forget to do that every damn time. Is that better? Maybe that's better. We're going with it. So I'm going to dip into the shade Lunar. Ooh, that picks up nice. And we're going to put that on this outer corner, because I do like a nice dark outer corner here. And I don't have anything on my face right now. I don't even have moisturizer on. I just washed my face and sat down to do my stuff here, and wow, that's really pretty. At any rate, that will allow me to clean this up very nicely without having to worry about reapplying sunscreen or moisturizer or anything like that, because I can just wipe away the fallout and then go in with fresh moisturizer and so forth. And I have my fan on, so if you hear like a little humming thing in the background, that would be what it is, because mama's hot. That is a beautiful color, really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to take the small round brush, and this is the M514, and I think I'm going to go into the color, Urchin. Wow, that's really pigmented too. And I'm going to put that in the crease and down into the corner here. That is really pigmented. I just want to get that color down. All right, let me see. I gotta find a reasonably clean brush here that's not too big. And I'm just gonna blend that shade that I just put down. Make sure those edges are nice and soft. And I may go back in with Currants and do a little bit more like blending out of the edges here. Not necessarily required, I don't think, because I feel like this is blending really nice. Is everybody glad summer is here? I'm not a big lover of summer. I don't like being hot. I'm just going in with a little bit more of that dark color, mostly because my eyes are watering today. They've been watering for a couple of days now. Probably something in the air. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But anyway, they're watering, and so, you know, that makes it kind of hard to blend eyeshadow and stuff when your eyes are watering. Okay, let's see. Let me take that brush that I put Urchin on and kind of clean it off a little bit. I'm gonna pick up Currants, which is this really pretty sort of light aqua color. Pick up just a little bit of that, and we're just gonna do the edges here. That's really pretty. I think that you could totally go in with some neutrals if you wanted to do a little bit more of a neutral shade to do your edge blending here like I am. I don't think there would be anything wrong with that. Let me do a couple little just hand swatches here. So we've got Muscle Beach, and then we've got Must See, and then we've got Free Floatin'. So there are those colors. Those are all super pretty. And I don't think I could go wrong with any of them, but I think I'm going to go in with Must See, which is this one right here in the center, and is the center shade right here on my hand. I think I'm going to take a flat brush. We'll see how it picks up with that, and I will spray it and see how that goes. That picks up not too bad. Right, I'm just spraying it with a little all-nighter because that's what's sitting right here in front of me. Ooh, that's so pretty. Wow. 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 So I'm definitely getting fallout on my cheeks, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna clean it up. I did recently get the Fade into Hue palette, and I've played with it a little bit, and honestly I'm a little disappointed in it. Not because the shadows aren't good, but it's not quite the color story I was hoping for. And so I'm still kind of on the fence about whether or not I want to review it. Let me know if you want to see it, because I'm more than happy to do that. Okay, I forgot to spray my brush on this eye right here, and hopefully you can see that it's not quite as metallic looking. That's usually the case with a shimmer like this. Yeah, see, that makes a difference. Is if you wet your brush, spray your brush a little bit, you do usually get a little bit more of a metallic finish and a little bit more of a satin if you don't. I'm going to take a little tiny bit of that dark green lunar, and I'm just going to go back over just right where those two come together, just so I get a nice little blend there. And I don't know, you can probably, maybe you can see that. It's just wanting to like wipe away because my eye is watering. We're going to do the best we can. Okay. Wow, I think that's super pretty. Really pretty. All right, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, clean my face up, put my sunscreen on, do my eyeliner and that, because I don't have a new eyeliner, and then I will come back and we will move on to some of the new face products that I have. Okay, so I've got a couple of foundations that I could try today. I've got the DermaBlend CC Cream Continuous Correction Full Coverage CC Cream. This has a sunscreen of 50 plus. And then I have the Sugar Rush this is from Tarte, Skin Treat, and this is a poreless tinted moisturizer. So I can either go full cover or I can go more medium to sheer cover. I think that's what these are supposed to be. This one has a mineral sunscreen and this one has chemical sunscreen. What do I want to do? Maybe I should just test the colors. I'm going to use both of these eventually. I just, you know, I only have one face, so I can only put one on my face. So I have light, medium in the Sugar Rush Tinted Moisturizer. And I have, oh my God, it's got the federal code. And then I've got, what do I have here? 25N for the DermaBlend. So I've got self-tanner on. I'm hoping that they will both be good. Let's go ahead and try the full coverage one, just because when I bought this, I didn't realize that it was a chemical sunscreen in here. I should have known, but I didn't. And so, because I'm not going to get to wear this for that long, I'm not too worried about the chemical sunscreens, because they don't always agree with my skin. But that doesn't look too bad. So that may be too much, may not be enough, we'll see. Yeah, it definitely has that sunscreen scent to it, which I don't love. Wow, I definitely think this is pretty full coverage, and I think I probably took out a little too much. That's all right. I've got a damp sponge here at the ready to lift up some of this extra, because I'm not really a full coverage kind of girl. I don't mind it on occasion, but I know that there are people out there who have things they want to cover up, and I do too. So I wanted to give something that's full coverage a try, even though right now it seems like the formula of the moment is like a tinted moisturizer, and that's because it's summer and it's hot and people don't necessarily want to go full glam. It's a little light for me, but that's all right. I've got a new bronzer and we're gonna make it work. Let's see, let me grab my sponge here, and this is damp, so we're gonna bounce over this and you know, try to not shear it out exactly, but just make sure I don't have too much going on, too much cakiness, especially around my nose, my mouth. The color's nice. It's a little bit light, but honestly, it may darken as it dries down. And I'm going to go ahead and do concealer. I might as well just do the full beat for the farmer's market, right? So that's nice coverage. I'm not sure, do I think it's full? I still feel like I can see some stuff, you know, peeking through. And I'm okay with that. I really am. We'll go ahead and sort of build it up a little bit on some of those areas just to see what happens. Take your time, you know, blending things out, pressing things into your skin. It feels nice. I mean, for a full coverage thing, it feels nice. It doesn't feel too heavy or like greasy or anything like that. Does this say what kind of coverage it's supposed to have? Weightless, breathable. Our formula gives a perfectly balanced and undetectable, really, full coverage without clogging pores or weighing skin down. Fade defying up to 24-hour color wear that stays comfortable and true. It says non-ashy, broad spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen defends the skin against sun damage to mitigate the signs of aging. So I would be very interested if, I don't know what the color range is for this. I don't remember it being horrific, but that would be really nice if this was a sunscreen that was like non-ashy for people that have deeper skin tones or really deep skin tones. I know that's a problem. That's really pretty. Let me have a quick look in my mirror here. I really like this. I mean, it's not like it looks like I don't have makeup on, because it absolutely does. And I'm trying to lift up a little bit more around my mouth, because that's where I tend to get settling and so on in lines. And we don't want that. By the way, I put on my eyeliner, and I'm using the one from Shop Miss A, the AOA Artista, and this is the green one, and I've talked about these on my channel quite a bit. Shall I use something a little different for my concealer? Why not? We're experimenting. So I'm going to use the Bare Minerals BareSKin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. I can't really remember what I thought of this one, and I have the shade Light. I don't feel like I need a ton of coverage or anything under my eyes today. I need a little bit, but, well, need is a relative term. You don't need anything like this. I'm going to take a little brush. This one's clean, that's why I'm using it. And we're just going to pat that out. Serum concealers can be kind of tricky. And I'm not loving the way that looks under my eyes. I'm going to take my little e.l.f. concealer sponge here, and this is dry. And I'm going to try to lift up some of that. My nose is really red today. I don't know why that is. Maybe I'll try putting a little more foundation just in that one spot. Okay, so I don't love this concealer. Maybe that's why I don't use it. I should have just stuck with my Giorgio Armani one, or my Naked Urban Decay Naked Skin, whatever the Christ it's called. Let me just put a little setting powder real quick under my eyes. This is just my NARS crystal powder with the cutest little pan. Aw, isn't it cute? I love this powder though for under my eyes. I don't use it anywhere else, which is kind of funny. That seems kind of high maintenance, doesn't it? So I can feel a little bit of like moisture or tackiness to this foundation, but I'm gonna try, let's see what this bronze palette looks like. So I got the medium one from Juvia's place, and I think there are 4, 6, I'm not sure. And they were out of the light one, so I got the medium. And let's see what she looks like. I love the orientation of this, the like long, slim. I think that's, plus the artwork is gorgeous. I actually like this more reddish type of a bronzer. Is that what I want to use? Shall we try that? Shall we try that today, folks? Why not? Let's see. Let me get a brush here. And I'm going to go ahead and pick that one up. And do these have like individual names? I don't think they do. I think it's just, this is the medium set. And so I'm going to pick that one that's a little bit more warm color, red color. Or would that be cool? I'm not sure. I can never keep up. And we're just going to that's pretty. That's almost like a more of a almost like a blush color on me. I wanted to see if this, you know, applied, blended over this foundation. Without setting it with powder at all. So I think, what are you? What are you doing? Oh, really? Shit happens, you know? And what can you do? All you can do is try to fix it as you go. Because I ain't taking all this off just because I got a little bit of eyeshadow on my cheek. That's not happening. I mean, I'm just going to the farmer's market, so if somebody gets close enough to tell that I had fallout on my cheeks, they're too damn close. Okay, that's really, I like that. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the one that's a little more golden and put a little bit of that on, because why the hell not? And maybe going a little ham with the bronzer. Alright, I'm going to kind of pinch my brush a little bit here and just do a little bit down my nose, and then pick up my sponge and just kind of go, you know, to blend that part in. I'm just going to go ahead and use this to kind of press that into the skin a little bit. I would very much like to have a glowy bronzer. I don't have one, which is kind of interesting. So I'm just going to bring this down my neck a little bit. I'm not entirely sure what color is in the, what colors I should say are in the Volume 2 blushed palette from Juvia's Place. This is the lighter of the two, I believe. And they didn't even have this out on display for me to look at. So I was going off the pictures that they had there. So again, we've got the orientation of long and slim, and there are the colors. But I loved this because it had the pink and the coral together. What do we think? Maybe I'll just mix both of them. Would that be a mistake? It might be a mistake. I'm just going to kind of mix together. And that's a lot. Okay. We're going for a blushy look today, apparently. Oh, I like those. I'm glad I didn't get the one made for the deeper skin tones, although I really like the color. I know they're totally inappropriate for me, but they look like beautiful colors. Beautiful colors. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Bare Minerals powder. I'm going to pick up some of that powder on my sponge and kind of press that into like around my pore area here, and maybe just a little bit in the center. I don't know, just sort of mattify that. I don't like a totally matte finish all over my face, but I do like my T-zone to be a little more matte. I feel like I went a little overboard with the bronzer. So I'm going to take my powder brush and just kind of gently buff over all that, just to make sure everything is nice and blended, since there is so much like color going on my cheeks and everything, which I'm kind of enjoying. Okay, so I think those blushes are really nice. So I bought this illuminator from the Morphe 2 brand, and this is the color First Light. And I want to try a little bit of this over my blush. And when I tested it in my haul video, it seemed pretty natural, I guess, for lack of a better word. And it seems like it's kind of a cream to like powder thing. So I'm hoping that it will sort of dry down. It feels very silky. So I'm going to pick that up on my sponge, and we're just going to tap over where I want a little bit of highlighter. So normally I like a pink highlighter, like a peachy pink highlighter, and maybe it's just like what I've got going on my eyes and stuff that's making me not like absolutely love the color of this. It's not bad. I think I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more. It's subtle, so, which is okay. This is the Ulta lip liner in the shade Bare. So I don't love the way this foundation is looking on my nose, at least on this side. This side it seems okay. I'm not much of a primer person, although I did pick this one up. I should have used it. This is the Wet n Wild Glass Correct. So this is the green primer. I think it's supposed to like help with getting the glass skin look. Maybe I'll try that tomorrow. But I don't love the way it looks on that side of my nose, but I'm not going to worry about it too much because I'm not fully vaccinated yet. Soon, very soon, so I'm still wearing a mask out in public. I'm just going to put on this is Milky Gloss from NYX, and this is the shade Cookies and Milk. And I just gotta get something on here. Okay, let's see. Do I feel like that's enough highlighter? Do I want to add something else? That is really pretty, but I'm not sure that the color is right with this eye look. So I think I'm going to go over that with something else. Alright, so I'm going to take my Melt Stargazer highlighter, which I've used 1,000,001 times, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that right over that. Not because I don't think that is a pretty product and everything, because I don't know yet. And I'm just putting a little bit of that on my brow bone too, which I'm not a big like highlight my brow bone kind of girl. Usually I forget. I feel like my eye is still watering, and so we're still having issues with that. let's see, do I have anything else I want to use? I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my face because I don't think I have anything else new to put on today. So I'm going to do that, and I will be right back, and I'll give you kind of some final thoughts, at least so far, for these first impressions of these products. I will be right back. All right, I am back, and I've got the rest of my face on. My eyelashes are not cooperating. My eye is still watering. We're just going to go with it. So I liked everything that I tried today. The only thing that I'm having a little bit of doubts about is the Morphe 2 illuminator, and it may just be the shade with this color of eyes. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna keep playing with it because so far the things that I've bought from Morphe 2 I like the cream blushes and the foundation. What is it called? The hint skin tint or something stupid like that. I've liked that. I like the blush and the bronze. I went a little ham today, not gonna lie, but you know, I'm kind of feeling it. The ColourPop palette, man, this is really pretty, and I'm super excited that they got this in at my Ulta, and probably at your Ulta too. I like everything about this palette. I did go underneath my eyes with this color right here, this kind of gray green, and it's way prettier than I thought it was going to be. It's just, I don't know, there's just something really satisfying about it. I mean, it's green, teal, whatever, but it's kind of grayed down. I don't know, there's something about it that I really liked. Let's see, which one didn't I use? Oh, I didn't use New Wave. That's that one. Really pretty. And I didn't use Just a Splash. And this is one of those mattes that have like the little glitter particles in it. And I don't find those particularly satisfying. They're beautiful in the pan, and they're even pretty swatched. Let's see if I can get it to... It's not really showing the little glitter particles, unfortunately. Oh, and then I went in with Free Floatin', which is this one right here on my inner corner, and really, really pretty. I could have used that instead of Must See on my lid, and I would have been perfectly happy with that. I'm looking forward to trying more of these shades and stuff. You're gonna get a green eye. You're gonna get a green eye or a green gray eye when you use this. This is a, you know, clearly it's a all-in-one palette. Goes from light to dark. There's a nice mix of mattes and shimmers. So I'm happy with it. I really am. I think the eye look I got is really pretty. I think the foundation has possibilities. When I go in with it the next time, I will be a little more sparing with how much I use, and especially how much I use around my nose, because it is not sitting the best on my nose. But to be honest, lots of things don't sit well on my nose, just because I have bigger pores there, and there's just something about my nose that just, you know, things just don't want to look good on my nose. So I also picked up the balm from Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian Glow lip balm. This is the guava one, and I think I mentioned this yesterday. I put a little bit on, and this is basically a clear one. I think the other ones have a tiny hint of color. This one's basically kind of a clear. It's got kind of a yellowy tint to it, but it doesn't really show up. But nice and comfy and very sort of slidey, if that makes sense. It feels more like a lip oil than a balm, I think, because usually I think of balms as having a little bit more grip to them. But yeah, happy with that too. When I go to use this foundation, and or that bronzer again, I am going to powder a tiny bit just to see if that makes a difference in how that and the blush blend over that foundation. And I completely forgot that I actually bought 3 foundations. I also got the Bare Minerals original one, and I didn't even give that a option. It wasn't even an option today, apparently. I just picked out the 2, and that's okay. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to all of this stuff in the future, and so definitely, you know, stay tuned to check that out and see what else I come up with. All right, I think that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time here. I hope you know that. If you liked this video while you were watching it, I hope you give it a thumbs up. It lets me know the kind of stuff that you guys like to see. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe, especially if you like to see more colorful and bold and daring looks on somebody that's a little bit more mature. You might be in the right place, and I encourage you to subscribe. Until my next video, bye guys.